Okay. Hi class. Welcome to the training session. And in this session today we are going to learn about the collection framework. So we'll go through the data structures which are practically used in the industry for practical purpose day-to-day coding. We will understand the sorting algorithm and we are going to implement the sorting algorithm all by ourselves. So there is a link which we are going to use today. I'll share the link. So after some time, like after the training, you can take that link as a reference and try implementation. Uh, Before moving ahead in the lecture, let's try to open our Git repository. So there were few pull requests from all of you in our repository, which I have merged today. So you might have got the notification. And I requested you guys to do or implement the sorting algorithm all by yourself so that we can see the code. Else I am going to implement it right away and I'll also let you know how it happens. So in all the links there was one pull request which was having merge conflict. So we will just try to understand what merge conflict is and then we will move ahead, continue. So what happened over here that this is from, so when so Git is smart. We have 10 code files which if I make some change, Mohan makes some change, and they are different files, there is no problem. Git automatically, as soon as you push or pull, it do the auto merging. But the conflict comes when there is some file in which on the same line number I have made change and someone else has made change. That time there is something which is called as conflict. So the conflict has happened on the Mohan branch. So how to fix this conflict? So once you fix this conflict, then only you can push, otherwise you cannot push. So that is what if you see in this request, it is indicating the same thing in the pull request itself, that the change cannot be pushed. There is some merge conflict has happened. Created package Mohan, these were the commits. Yeah, that is fine. Now if we go to conversation, it says this branch has conflict that must be resolved. And what is the conflicting file? This conflicting file is the entry.java. This is the conflicting file. So we will just try to see first git checkout Mohan. Mohan has been checked out. Git pull. Latest code from Mohan will be pulled up here. Okay. So I have created, I also wanted to let you know about the equals, overriding equals and equality. So I have some code on my own branch first. So let me push that, then we will fix at Mohan's branch and then we'll move ahead. So let me do git commit minus git add, then we'll do git commit minus m equal related changes. Git push. Cool. So it has been rejected. Why it has been rejected? Because it seems like I do not have the latest copy of this. So this is not not fast forwarded. So I have to do a pull. It also gives you a hint. So whenever you are stuck or anything, you just first read the hint and that will help you. So you can do git pull. And why this conflict has came up? Because previously I had everything on my local, but today when I merged, the code might have got from there. So it is saying git pull origin master. Just a moment, I don't know what is it saying. Why is it behaving this way? I have to save, and usually this the command which saves it. So it has been saved. Merge. So automatic merge might have already happened. Okay, good. So now we will do git status, git add, git commit -m, merge commit, git push origin master. So now I see on my local. So previously, if you will see, when I was, if you might have observed other day, there was no files from you guys. Now I see that you have shapes folder in array, whatever Mohan's. So still Mohan's pull request has not been merged yet. So we see there is an entry class, and there was the conflict in this file or something like that. So in the master, we are trying to update this same thing, and in the Mohan's branch also. So Git was confused what is to be taken and what is not to be taken. That is why it got confused over there, and that is why it is showing this Git conflict. So I will let you know how to resolve it, and then you will understand. This problem is very common, but once you make changes in different file, or at least you make changes in the same file but different line numbers or different methods, then you will not face this problem. So whenever you face this problem, first thing is you can do, you have first I have to go to Mohan's branch, git checkout Mohan. What is it saying? Your local changes to the following file would be overridden by checkout. Git stash means I don't care about whatever are my local changes. That is called as git stash. So now we are on Mohan. Once I am on Mohan, I have to take the code from the master branch into Mohan. Then I have to push it after resolving conflict. Once that is clean, the confusion is will not be there in the Git's mind. What in this class what it has to do, then problem will get solved. Git merge master. Now it says there is some problem in the entry.java. Let's try to see entry.java, but there are multiple entry.java. So
I think it had given us source, right, sir? Mohan in Mohan entry.java we have some conflict.
yeah, so this one is the file where we had some conflict. So automatic merge has failed in Mohan entry.java. Fine. The version of master is in the left of the tree. So this one should be the file basically. So what we are going to do, so there are several ways of doing this. So first, git diff, that is fine. So what we did is now it says we have to refresh it or reload it. So we will go here and we will try to reload this. Now this has been reloaded. We'll go to the conversation. See, now you can merge it. So the confusion, whatever confusion it has, it got fixed. So we fixed the conflict manually and updated the pull request. Why I'm telling this? Because once we will be doing other stuff, same person might step into your file, and that way so command, please take it from the video later on. Whatever way I was trying to do, you can get that from there. So once you say merge, what I did is I went to Mohan and so pull request is between two branches. Mohan has made some changes and he want to publish it from his branch into the master. So master has some other copy. So I took code from master into Mohan. So the command I used is git merge master, which means whatever the code is there in the master, Git will try to pull it up and merge it with the whatever are the changes or files in the Mohan. So manually it will update it. If there is some problem in some of the files, then it would tell you with some you will see some kind of error and compilation issues. Then you can fix it manually, or like on the command prompt, it does basically more 80% 90% times of that. It does that the way it does it for us. Previously it was showing here it cannot merge, it has conflict, you have to do command line instruction, something like that. So now let us try to merge it. So we will do the create just a merge, and then commit will automatically get created. We'll say merge. Now this has been merged into the master. So if now I will pull, now my status would be something else. Let me show you. Git checkout master. And what happened? Okay, git stash. Now I'll say git checkout master, git stash apply. Now it is saying some conflict in this file, whatever workspace. There was some changes. It tried to do the auto merging here, but then so whatever, this is not code file or whatever, so we can just ignore it and move ahead. So we'll say git stash again. So all these unmerged file would stash means control Z and nothing. That's all what it is all about. Now if I'll do a pull, I will get the latest code. It's getting reloaded. So for rolling back, there is also a revert command. In IDEA or Eclipse or NetBeans, wherever you, once you will start playing around with this panel, it will revert means control Z or whatever was the last commit, whichever you want. So if you made some changes and you don't like it, you don't want to commit it, you can do a revert on that file. Same thing here. So we'll go here in the master, and there is command which is called as git fetch. So there is a difference in pull and fetch. When you're trying to fetch, only the metadata will come from the repository. So what has happened is I am here and Mohan made some changes and pushed it into the cloud. Now my this system doesn't know what has happened there. So once I do a fetch, it will not bring entire thing, it will just bring the information of what has been changed. So as soon as I do a git fetch, it will say that remote counting one object, this has been done, this has been repacked, something like this. So this is just the information, but if I have to take the actual code here, then I will do a git pull. So sometimes we try to fetch and see, okay, if someone has made changes, if he doesn't have that, then it's good. If he has made changes, we might have the conflict, so we don't pull it until and unless we are not done from our side. Otherwise fixing the conflict will take time. So there would be a lot of use cases, but it's just a command which will give you the information of the delta about what has been changed, something over there. So there has been something changed in the master origin. So my code is not latest because once we went here and we merged it, so this whatever the code, it has now traveled it into the master. So how to check it, I'll just let you know. From drop down you have different branches. If you go to master, then in the commits you will find different commits. So this the latest commit which has happened just 4 minutes before, and this 4 minutes before I didn't had. So once I did a git fetch, it showed told me all the information, and now I do a git pull. So the git pull do will fetch the file, basically whatever was the modified or whatever was the modified or unmodified, something like that. So I'm going to revert this file because according to git those files mm, were my local changes, and it does not allow you to pull unless you commit your changes or stash your changes or revert your changes. So that's what it was also telling me. So I'll say git pull origin master. Look, now it has pulled up all these information from this. So what I was trying to convey you guys is whatever changes which have happened here, which I merged all these files and all these changes which got into the cloud, I need to pull it. Now my head is in sync. Head is in sync means whatever code I have, now it is latest. I can make changes on that, and then those same changes would be those same changes can travel. Okay, enough of this information. Now real quick we will implement our let me open Premacine folder. First we will try to implement our sorting algorithm. Sorting means we have to do it on our own. So sometime what happens is in interview you will go, it could be any programming language. I have one folder sort. Okay, it is there, my bad, my sort. I have already created this class. So they will give you small algorithm to be implemented. So for example, they will say how do you make the sort. So I'll just try to do a psvm public static void main. Now they'll give you some numbers, and that number best ways they'll give you in some form of list. Basically list is an interface. So you say fine, I have integer. So this can be the list of strings or integer or whatever. We are just taking a list of some numbers. Now we have to instantiate it as array list of integers. Everything done. You can give some initial capacity. I'm just ignoring it. So we have a list. Now we learned how to add elements in there. So we will try to add. Let's say we will add 6. Now I'll duplicate it. We will make somewhere as 60, somewhere as 600. Let us make this as 600, and let us try to make this as 16. This will be 26. This will, I'm just trying to make some random thing, and this will be the smallest 6. Now how to iterate. So another thing is iterate, which is very common. So we'll just go, we'll use a standard for loop, nothing fancy. There are fancy stuff also, but we will. So first block is initialization. So you have to say, okay, your this guy starts initial value is 0, I is equal to 0. I is nothing but the index of this. So at index 0 you have this value, first value, and then later on. So the second block is the conditional block. So till what time you want this thing to happen. So there is something called as size. So list has some size 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me show the line numbers. So whatever would be the size, and it is dynamic. So difference in array and array list is dynamic. It will keep on adding, and in array you have to predefine it. More than that you cannot do. So here as soon as you add, it will automatically add. And then this is called as the incremental operator, plus plus. Plus plus means whenever the loop will finish, the control will come here, and you can also do I is equal to I plus 2. So after each iteration, it will do add 2 to this. If you will do 1, it will just add 1 to this. So instead of saying I plus 1, you say it as plus plus. So this was first introduced in C++. So previously there was C language, but as soon as they introduced this plus plus operator, it has started, they called it as C++, and this is being used standard in all language. All languages are using this now. I think Naren is having some issues with internet. Fine. So we'll continue. So where were we? We are trying to sort this string. So before we sort it, let's try to see how it would show up. So we have system.out.println and lm ln, and we have list. So first try to run it. So it is not able to run because in the vehicle interface there were some compilation issues, which is fine. I don't know who pushed it or maybe I did it, but I have to now first fix this. So this Spurti did it. Author is Spurti. Spurti, before pushing code, please make sure that it is compiling. Otherwise, it can break other people's code. So this is fine. I'm just doing a compilation fix commit and git add. I can do it from here also. So
Sir,
fix.
actually, that was compiling in my system, sir.
Uh-huh. So it is compiling in your system.
Default,
Okay.
yes, it compiles, sir, because yeah,
Okay,
yes,
let
sir.
me see. Then probably something wrong setting in my here. We will figure this out. So,
Well, default methods are allowed in interfaces, right, sir?
so I don't know. Usually, what happens when you give nothing, it is default. In
No, actually, default is the keyword that we use for interfaces in to define methods to implement methods there itself.
which Java version it is? So the important thing
I
is
think
Java
1.8 in
version.
the latest.
So this
The
is
latest version, sir,
okay.
because mine is the latest one.
Sure. So this is Java 8 basically, which also has lambdas and which also have type annotations. But what I am using here in
Okay.
my box is Java 1.7. That is why the Java
Okay.
1.7 does not have the default keyword and it was giving some issues. So we can try now.
Okay.
Okay, that is sharp. So we fixed it. We don't have to manually fix that. It got resolved automatically. So we can see
Yes.
changes, default changes. Okay. So now let's continue and see our sorting algorithm. So we'll just try to run it. This time it will compile and run. I hope this is giving some other issues now. In bicycle extend. Cannot resolve symbol vehicle. Why cannot it resolve in arrays? It says class to import vehicle.vehicle. Then it says different stuff. So you are trying to extend vehicle. Where is the vehicle you have? You have a class vehicle. Okay, this could be the package issue, seems like. Because in my structure, this is something different than yours. We will figure that out. Move package to com.naren, or move package, set package name to com.naren, or move to, okay, let's try to do this. Seems like this has fixed the problem over here, but what about this? Now it is asking for scanner. It is not able to find scanner. Use this scanner. Okay, cool. Now let's see whose program has problem. Now Spurti's program has some problem. So car object has some problem. Oops, sorry. Control that. Com.spurti car car object. She has a car object. The car object is good here. What is the problem here? Cam. Why it is telling is cam.spurti.car object. Okay. Let's first run our program, or let's see. Now I think there are no problems. We'll just figure this out. First let's finish this sorting. Now I hope it should run. Okay, good. So now it is running. So we see the list as is. Whatever the numbers we have added here, they are running there. Now our first thing is to iterate all these elements, and then we have to sort it. So sorting means the lowest object or whatever the number might have to come above, and then the maybe the highest can remain down. Let's say this one is below, this is lightest and this is heaviest. So heaviest will be at the bottom, and the whatever is the, it has to come soft. Let's try to run again. Okay, I think it did not like this for loop, empty for loop running. So as soon as I run that, it goes into the infinite stuff and it doesn't print it. So these values are not aligned or sorted. So what we are going to do here is we will implement the logic. We will have a integer called as swap with value 0. This will be our temporary variable. Then we will try to get the value of the first. So in list you have a get method. Whenever you do a get, you can pass the index, and if this index value is greater than the list of list dot get I plus 1, which means this value is greater than 1, then it will swap the value. So now we'll do the swap. So how we are going to swap is, we have a swap variable. First we will keep the value of this variable inside this. So I is greater than this, then hi, are you guys able to hear me? Oh, you guys have I am dropped off, right? Okay. So I will just log off and try to log back in again. Fine. Sorry about this. Okay. Remain there.